E-books are becoming such a big business that the likes of Sony, Asus, MSI, and Apple are all working on new versions in the coming year, but arguably the one that has captured the public imagination the most has been Amazon's Kindle, that has one of the most attractive and easy-to-use models on the market, and more importantly, it has direct access to a library of electronic books via its online bookstore. To take a look at it today, I guess, Sutlej Soin, technology writer for hardwarezone.com. I hope I didn't mess up your name too much, Sutlej.
No, that's all right.
It's like waiting for Godot, though, right? I mean, so much potential in this product that you have with you, but it's not accessible in Asia.
It's not still available in US, and it's because it's under the Sprint network, right? So you buy books off the Amazon Kindle, it gets sent on the Sprint wireless network. So there's no word on whether it'll come to Asia. I don't think it'll come to Asia. So
why not? I mean, a lot of people here read books. We're quite, you know, electronically savvy.
Yeah.
I'm not included in that group of people. So, so why not?
I think Amazon.com is just being selfish in that way. And, but there are other manufacturers, like you just mentioned, like Sony, Google, Apple, and all that, come up with their own ebook readers, and just reaching out to a much more mass audience with better features, bigger screen, and all that. So
let's bring it up. Kindle 1 and 2 that you have with you. So presumably, Kindle 2 is a better one than the first model.
Presumably, yes, because the updated one is always a better one than the first one. But for me, I prefer the first one.
Why is that?
Well, the most important reason is because at the back of it, it's got an expandable memory, which is like an SD card slot. So you basically can store more books into it, which I find is the overall device, the USP for the device, because you can handle more books on the go, right? For this one, you can store up to like maybe more than 200 over books. This is under 200 books on the go. So if I want to store more books, I want to store MP3s and everything, I can just store it onto the SD card and put it in.
And as far as I know, there's a newer model as well, the Kindle DX?
DX. Now, that one was meant more for like university students who want to, read books, who want to read their textbooks in their lecture theaters and all, because it's got an accelerometer, so you can read it either portrait mode or landscape mode. So it's good for them if they don't want to carry like a lot of books in their bags and all that. They just want to carry a device.
I love books. I want to touch my books. I want to, flip the pages. What's the upside to this? I mean, it's greener.
Yeah.
For sure. You don't need paper.
Exactly. But I was like you. I used to want to read books. I want to hold the cover. I want to hold the bind, and I want to put it in my library of books and look at it and go like, look at that. I've got so many books. But it's different now. Technology has just made it so simple to just carry 200 books in on a Kindle. And I can just press next page or previous page, where it's easier to hold everything in one thumb. It's all about the thumbs. I can just hold it in one hand and just read it. At night, in the day, I can read it under sunlight, under direct sunlight and all. So it helps, honestly. It helps to read. Because have you ever tried one?
No.
You should try one, then. Really.
I'm still not convinced. Convince me. I mean, if you compare the Kindle to its competitors, what's the upside?
All right. It's a bit hard to compare because the Kindle came out first. So it's laid out the foundation. So anyone that comes up will find its weakness and try to up it on that side. Other companies like Sony have got a few other companies have done it, that they've made the screen bigger so you can read it on the go. They've got better battery life. They can read PDF support, which is a lot of, and doc support natively, which means you don't have to convert it using a converter. You don't have to go through third-party software. You can just transfer it onto the Kindle with a USB, and that's it. Do
you think digitized reading is going to be the way to go? I mean, even here in Asia?
Okay, to be honest, I used to read ebooks on like my Sony phone or my Palm or my Pocket PC phone, but the screen was so small, it was really hard to read. But now with ebooks, it becomes so much easier that you can read your newspapers. It comes to you, right? You can just download it off the web, and you can read it on the go. Some people live in, 2 kilometers away from their workplace, and they can just carry it on the go. Newspapers, magazines, books. You can listen to MP3s, and you can listen to your audio books on the go as well. So it's becoming all in one. And
it's interactive.
It's interactive in that sense.
I was told by someone who's into e-reading that, you can have functions like, okay, if you're reading Shakespeare and you don't understand a word or an expression,
right.
There is a dictionary there to explain exactly what's going on. Exactly. So that's pretty cool.
Just highlight the word and it will pop up straight away, like a 2-line text. If you want to read more, just press enter and you can read the whole thing.
You've been out there. I mean, people who use this product. Is there Is that age specific? Do you expect the younger population to take to this more than people like in my generation?
Well, I've got an uncle who bought the Kindle 2, the Kindle DX and all that, right? And he's like 65. And he loves reading because he can just read down on the balcony. He can read on the bed. He can read anywhere on the go. It's like reading a book basically. But if you like reading a Shakespeare book, like you said, right, and you find it too heavy, you can just switch to a more easy on the eye book, and you can just swallow it all, and you just switch here, switch there, and you don't have to like go out to the library and say, "Where's my book? Where did I leave it?" You just have to find one device, and you can just read so many books on it.
So you're sold, right? I guess I will have to give it a shot. In terms of price, is it expensive?
It is, right, but picture this. You carry...
What's expensive? I mean, what's the price for that Kindle 2?
It's around depends on the Kindle 1 and Kindle 2. If you buy a used set or new set, it ranges from like $300 US to even $489 US for the Kindle DX. But of course, with the bigger price, you get a bigger screen, better battery life and all that. So, yeah.
So it's certainly not for kids then, right? I mean,
it's not for kids. But look at the competitors that are coming up, right? You got cheaper books, cheaper e-book readers that range from $199, so it's about $250, $300 over Sing dollars. I think that's all right. That's a good for a Christmas present for a kid. And I used to stop reading books when the Kindle came out. Then my passion for reading books get reignited. So,
good point.
Yep.
Sutlej, thank you so much for your insights today.
No worries.
Sutlej Soin joining us here in Singapore.